The FIFA World Cup draw was just as much about soccer as it was about flattering one man, U.S. President Donald Trump. Gigi Infantino, the head of FIFA, gave the inaugural FIFA Peace Prize to the president, and he enjoyed the trappings of it all, including the medal and the certificate that came with it.
Gianni might mind I tell this story, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. It's too late now. I got to tell the story. And Paraguay comes up. Paraguay gets picked. And I said, whoa, Paraguay, they're good.
Something happened at the FIFA World Cup draw in Washington that no one expected. Not the international press, not the diplomats in the room, and definitely not Donald Trump, who watched every second from just a few feet away. It started with a joke, a simple line delivered by Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. But what followed exposed a deeper shift in North America's leadership landscape. It showed the world who earns respect effortlessly and who struggles to hold on to it. And yes, the cameras caught every moment. When Trump walked into the venue, most people assumed he would dominate the night. That's usually how these events go. He enters a room, the attention follows, and the narrative bends around him. But this time, something different happened. The crowd wasn't looking at Trump. Through the flashes of cameras, through the cheers echoing across the arena, focus shifted toward a man many Americans barely recognized a year ago, yet now can't ignore. Mark Carney. The lights dimmed, the music hit, and the ceremony began. The tension was obvious. 3 co-hosts, 3 leaders, and global eyes fixed on a stage that would decide the matchups for the world's biggest sporting event, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Diplomacy, sports, politics, national pride, everything collided in a single moment. And Mark Carney walked right into the center with the confidence of someone who didn't need to perform. He knew exactly why he was there. His presence felt different, not loud, not flashy, just quietly commanding. And that, ironically, is what made every camera tilt toward him. When the time came for him to speak, no one expected much. People assumed he would deliver the typical diplomatic script. Safe lines, predictable praise, nothing memorable. Instead, he delivered something entirely different. He talked about Canadian children who dream of this sport, about the fact that 2/3 of Canada watched the last World Cup, about 200 nationalities forming the fabric of Canadian life, about the biggest sporting event in history landing on North American soil. There was no bragging, no pressure, no forced strength, just a man representing his country with authentic pride, and doing it so smoothly that the audience fell silent. This wasn't performance. This was earned confidence. That alone caught Trump's attention. You could see it on his face. He was listening more than reacting. That doesn't happen often. Trump is used to controlling the room, not watching someone else command it so effortlessly. Then came the moment that changed everything, the draw itself. Carney reached into the bowl like it was nothing, but the entire arena leaned in. The ball rolled in his fingers, and the crowd exploded the second Canada appeared in his hand. His reaction wasn't political. It wasn't calculated. It was real, genuine joy. Cameras zoomed in instantly. It became the clip that spread across social media within minutes, flooding Canadian feeds, making headlines, and even pulling American viewers into the moment. But the real story wasn't the draw. It was what happened afterward, backstage, where a single joke set the tone for the rest of the evening. During the reception, Carney was relaxed, talking, listening, laughing, connecting with people the way real leaders do, naturally without effort. He joked about the weather, poked fun at Vancouver's rain, and acknowledged Indigenous leaders and Olympians with sincerity that didn't feel rehearsed. Then the reporters surrounded him, and this is where everything changed. Carney told a story, a simple one, a harmless one, but with a subtext that hit the room like a quiet thunderclap. He said that when Paraguay's name appeared in the draw, Trump got concerned. Carney reassured him, "They're good, but don't worry." Then FIFA rules kicked in, shifting Paraguay exactly where Carney predicted they would end up. Trump kept coming back to that moment all night. Carney didn't mock him. He didn't attack him. He just told the story with a calm smile, letting the obvious truth speak for itself. Trump relies on force of personality. Carney relies on competence. and competence won that night. The cameras caught Trump's expression, that look of surprise, almost confusion, the kind you see when someone realizes the room is paying attention to someone else. Not because of theatrics, not because of volume, but because of capability. And that wasn't the last time the contrast appeared. As Carney kept speaking, he effortlessly shifted from humor to depth. He talked about unity, about peace, about the power of sports to bring nations together. He celebrated excellence, recognized America's contribution to the sport, praised legendary athletes, and highlighted the new Canadian coach, a former American star whose dedication had become part of Canada's story. Every word he spoke reinforced the same message. Canada leads through respect, cooperation, and values, not intimidation. Then he delivered the moment that reporters described as the emotional pivot of the night. The story of the Halifax explosion, the biggest non-nuclear explosion in history, thousands killed, a city destroyed, and the first people to arrive with help weren't Canadians. They were Americans from Boston. Doctors, nurses, supplies, humanity before politics. Carney told it with emotion, humility, and a level of sincerity that forced the entire room to freeze. For a second, the politics disappeared. The borders disappeared. The rivalry disappeared. What remained was a reminder of what true leadership looks like. Not dominance, but gratitude. Not aggression, but partnership. And when he finished, even journalists who had come expecting a standard ceremonial evening realized they had witnessed something else entirely. Trump did too. He didn't steal the spotlight that night. He couldn't, because the spotlight wasn't taken. It was earned. Carney didn't attack him. He didn't insult him. He didn't try to overshadow him. He simply represented his country with competence, confidence, and authenticity. And that was more powerful than anything Trump could have said. This night wasn't about a joke. The joke was just the spark. The real story is what it revealed. Who understands the moment we're living in, and who is still stuck performing old political roles that no longer fit the world we're entering? Carney read the room. Trump reacted to it. Carney connected with people. Trump demanded attention from them. Carney built trust. Trump chased dominance. That difference, subtle but undeniable, became the headline that spread across Canada, the US, and dozens of international outlets by morning. And the footage tells the whole story. Carney shaking hands, Carney smiling, Carney predicting outcomes correctly, Carney delivering humor that made the room laugh without hurting anyone, Carney telling a century-old story that brought the crowd to silence, Carney energizing Canadian pride in a way that felt real, modern, and grounded in shared values. The cameras did not miss a thing. This event wasn't supposed to be political. It wasn't supposed to be a leadership test. It wasn't supposed to be a moment where diplomatic tone, humor, and competence blended into a global message. But that is exactly what it became. The World Cup will bring 48 nations to North America in 2026. Leaders, players, fans, cultures, all arriving with expectations. What they witnessed in Washington will be remembered, and many will discover something they weren't prepared for. Canada is stepping into a new global role, not through force, not through threats, not through chaos, but through calm, capable, modern leadership. Mark Carney didn't try to overshadow Trump. He didn't need to. He simply showed what leadership looks like when it's earned, and the world paid attention, and every camera caught it.